Hey guys, welcome back for another edition of Intuitive Angling here. Much appreciated you guys taking a little time out of your day to watch the video. And today we're going to be talking about jig trailers, and specifically the differences between a curly tail trailer and a straight tail trailer, when you want to use which, because I think a lot of people make a big mistake on choosing the wrong trailer for the wrong situation. And you guys probably know that I've been doing a lot of stuff on jigs and a lot of stuff on jerkbaits this time here recently. That's because we're right in the middle of jig and jerkbait season. Jig season's coming on a little bit later, right in the middle of jerkbait seasons, but really from like right now up until April, jigs fishing is just going to start getting a little bit better and better. So we're going to be doing quite a bit of info on that. So anyway, I want to talk to you specifically, guys, about the type of trailer that you're using. Now, there's a lot of different jig trailers out there, and we're not going to get into a big breakdown of specifics on this because you've got dozens of different companies that make jig trailers. You got craw trailers, curly trailers, you got flapping trailers, you got, just a lot of different actions available. But I want to classify, for simplicity's sake, we're going to talk about what I call just a regular craw type trailer, which is like, something like the Zoom, critter craw or a little super chunk, something like that, versus a curly tail, like the Zoom twin tail or the like the Rage Craw, something like that. Those two categories, I put jig trailers into those two categories, and I think a lot of people make a mistake here. So anyway, let's get into it a little bit here. Here's the two basic type of trailers you got, guys. You got the craw type trailer, or it can be just any type of chunk type trailer, and then you've got the curly tails. So basically you've got a trailer that has action from the tails, then you've got the trailers that don't have any action on there. So one of the things right off the bat I'm going to say, the biggest, worst mistake, and that's part of the title, that a lot of anglers make, specifically the newer, younger anglers, is they all automatically go to these twin tails here. Back, if you guys remember the old pocket chunk, the pocket chunk was the one that really started the flapping legs deal. Then you got a lot of different variations to this. Rage craw, speed craw, there's a lot of different curly tails. But one of the biggest mistakes I see anglers making, especially if they just get into jig fishing, is they go to the twin tail or the curly tail trailers all the time. They just have basically forgotten about the craw type trailers, which is a massive mistake. So I'm going to give you guys sort of a foundational discussion here on the two, when you want to use what. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about the traditional craw or chunk type trailer that doesn't have curly tail action. Actually, guys, this is my favorite type of a trailer. I like the trailers that don't have the curly tails on them. I just feel that I feel day in and day out you're going to get more bites on it, and I think you get bigger bites on the thing. So specifically when I'm using this type of trailer, it's all the time. I use it all the time. I mix in the curly tails a little bit, but I use this 12 months out of the year. And you will find, for the most part, the straight tail trailers will get you a lot more bites in a wider range of situations, as far as water temperatures, water clarities, different type of cover, different species of fish. I just think that there's a lot more characteristics about a trailer that doesn't have any action on it, that has more of a craw leg on it, that gets you more bites. I think it resembles a crawdad a little bit more natural looking. So if I'm fishing anywhere between 4 inches of water visibility down to 15 foot of water visibility in a wide range of cover, I'm using the craw type trailer or the chunk type trailer, and the only thing that I do is I vary the size and the color of it based upon the conditions and how I want to match my jig up to it. That'll be a later video. Now, the curly tail trailer, guys, is when you want to use it. The times that I found this working a little bit better is when you have warmer, clear water, because obviously the trailer, to some extent, is a visual. If you have real clear water, the curly tails flapping is a visual strike appellant. And also, there's something about if you're fishing in warm water, like water temperatures over 75 degrees, a lot of times the bass metabolism tend to be a little bit faster, and they react a little bit better to a curly tail than a straight tail. That's a generality for the most part. Now, a lot of it, again, depends on the type of curly tail. If you got a big flapping trailer like the Rage Craw that's got thick legs on it, that's going to be something that displaces a lot of water. It sends out a lot of vibration, and it can work good in stained water. Again, I feel that it's more of a warm water trailer for the most part on there. So that's a real, I just wanted to do a short video here to give you guys a foundation, because I want to break this down in more specifics. Over the next couple months, I want to really get into the meat, the nitty gritty of jig trailers, as far as the specific trailers, colors, matching it up with jigs, that type of stuff. But for today's video, I just wanted to do a foundation to get started with. 2 different type of jig profiles: straight tail, chunk type trailers, craw trailers, or curly tails. Don't get locked in on the curly tails, guys. I'm telling you right now, if you guys are one of those dudes that puts a rage craw on your jig and just calls it good, you're missing out on a bunch of fish by not going to the chunk type trailers when these situations dictate. So don't get a favorite. I simply like this because I've got more bites on it, but I still use the curly tails too. I got a ton of them in my box. I use them under the right situations, but you got to know when and where to throw each type of chunk. Like I said, the conditions will dictate that. The conditions, like I said, the cover, the water visibility, water temperature, water depth you're fishing, all that type of stuff. And we're going to break that down in future videos, but I just wanted to throw that out there to start out today with. So anyway, guys, hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back soon.